Hello and welcome back to episode 29 of the Middle Ground podcast. We're closing in on episode 30 and then we're going to be 20 away from 50, which is a little bit nuts. Today, I'm going to be talking about 10 reasons why being in shape is fucking sick beyond how you look. Because I think that's a largely overlooked part of physique change. Everyone wants to talk about how you look. No one wants to talk about why it's cool beyond how you look, which is most of the change. How you look is one single part of the change that, feeds into other areas like your confidence and whatever, but there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes that I don't really hear people talking about, which can help motivate more change. Because if you know that you've got so much to look forward to beyond just how you look, we're probably going to be more motivated to stick out that process and see that change because there's more to look forward to. So I won't waste any of your time. I'm going to dive in with numero uno. Increased opportunity for experience. When I say this, what I mean is if you aren't in a body that is capable of things, of physical activities, of that kind of thing, exertion, your opportunities will be much lower. Someone invites you on a hike, maybe you can't complete it. Maybe you never get to see the view at the top. Someone invites you to go for a run, or to go to the gym, or to try this or that. If you aren't in a body that is capable of picking up those things, you will experience less. It's just a matter of fact that you will experience less if you have a limiting factor. Whether that limiting factor is your body, which in this case it is, then you're not going to have the same opportunity for experience. Which I think is really sad. Because I would hate to think that people aren't living their life fully purely off of how they look. And to go beyond this, how you feel about how you look. So maybe it's not a physical limitation, but you don't feel as comfortable or confident in your body as you could, so you don't put yourself out in situations that will allow you to gain more experience, that will give you opportunities that you hadn't have thought of. So I think that is a really important part of improving your physique, getting in shape, whatever you want to call it, is that you get to experience more. Your life is more full. You get to experience more things, which is the point of life, is to collect experiences and collect memories. So that's number one. Number two is one that, while may not be how the world should be, it is how the world is. Now, there's ways to change this over time, potentially. But number two is that people will treat you better. If you are in shape, people will treat you better than if you are overweight or underweight, whatever kind of body that you're in. Not necessarily the more in shape you are, the better people treat you, but to a point, being in shape signals the kind of person that you are to people, I believe at least, and people pick up on that and they will likely treat you better. Again, is it the way the world should be? No. People shouldn't be marginalized or treated differently based on how their bodies are, because some people lack the opportunity or the knowledge, the disposable income to be in shape. There's a lot of issues here that I'm not going to dive into. But it's not how the world should be. Unfortunately, it is how the world currently is. And I'd be lying if I said that you get treated better when you are in shape. It is what it is. Do with that information as you wish. Again, do I think it's the way the world should be? Probably not. But is it the way the world is? Yes. Number three, you show up better in other areas of your life. You are more outgoing. You are more physically able to look after people, to play with your kids, to be a parent, to be a better employee or business owner, when you're in shape, when you feel comfortable and confident in your body, you apply that extra energy into other areas of your life. You apply that same kind of force, that same momentum. There's a saying that the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And I think that is true. Because I know a lot of people that have multiple areas of their life that they don't care about. Whether it's health or their job, whatever it might be. I don't know a lot of people that are in shape, care about how they look and feel, and don't also try in many other areas of their life. Because it becomes the kind of person you are. You're the kind of person that embraces adversity and embraces challenge and can push hard through hard things and doesn't give up. There are many characteristics of someone that has achieved a certain physique or a certain fitness level that show up in other areas of their life. So the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And when you are in shape, you will undoubtedly use those characteristics and those skills that you've gained in other areas of your life to show up better in those other areas. So that's number 3. Number 4, you don't have to think twice about being able to do something. Now, similar to number 1, number 4, if someone invites you, let's say to go wakeboarding, for example. Weird example, but let's roll with it. You don't have to think, am I physically able to wakeboard? Or am I physically able to play pickleball? Or am I physically able to go skiing? You don't have to think about your physical capacity for those things. You just have to think about if you have the skill for it, which you'll develop over time. So, if someone invites you to go and do something, your skill is the only limiting factor to you being able to engage in that activity, which will be improved over time. So you can be a beginner, but your physical capacity for something isn't the limiting factor, which is a really cool position to be in. Because you can pick up skills pretty quickly if you try quite hard. Whereas if you're trying to fight for the physical capacity to do something and the skill capacity, say for example, you're out of shape and someone invites you to go wakeboarding and you go, you're struggling physically and you're struggling from a skill perspective. So you're fighting 2 battles. Whereas if you're a generally fit person, you've only got to learn how to wakeboard and you can go enjoy yourself. I think that's a really important thing to note. Is that you don't have to think twice. You go, yeah, I can go and do that hike. I can go for that run. I can go and do that swim. There's no double thinking. There's no overthinking about not being able to do something. You just know you can. Because you've trained yourself and you're in a position, you're in a body that can go and do those things. Number 5, you are more outgoing and confident. It kind of goes without saying that the better you feel about your body, the more comfortable and confident you're going to be. But I don't think people truly understand what not stressing about your body feels like. And that the confidence that comes along with knowing that you try really hard and you have solid habits in place and you look after yourself and you're fit and healthy and you look sick, it's unmatched. Because there's no faking there. You're genuinely comfortable and confident in your body. And there's a reason I say comfortable as well as confident. And I think it's because if you're not comfortable in your body, you're not going to be confident. You can probably fake it, but you're not going to be confident. If you're comfortable and you're at home and you're proud of your body, the confidence that you walk around with on a day-to-day basis will be visible to the outside. And it's so worth it. If none of these other things on the list were there, being confident and outgoing is worth it. You're more likely to strike up conversations with people because you're not self-conscious. You're not worried about how you look or how you might come across. You're more likely to go up and talk to people and make friends. Weird interactions with strangers, whatever it is, you will just be more sure of yourself, which changes the way you experience the world. It absolutely changes the way you experience the world. Night and day difference. When you're confident and you walk around with your head held high and your chest out because you're comfortable in the way that you look. And you're not constantly worried. You're not pulling your shirt out. You're not, worried about how people are seeing you or how you're coming across. You just roll with it and you're just happy and you exist and you're proud to take up space. So I think that's an important one. Now, number 6, we're in the back half of the 10. Number 6, you can be more adventurous with fashion. Slightly rogue one, coming from someone that doesn't talk about fashion at all. But it's something that I think about. 80%, maybe 70% of an outfit is how you look under it. When you are in shape, you can pull off more things. Maybe it's the confidence that comes with it. Maybe it's just how the clothes fit. But when you are in shape, you can push the boat out a little bit. You can try different things. And this isn't to say you can't do it when you're out of shape, per se, right? Out of shape, whatever that means. But it does mean that when you are in shape, you can try things, you can experiment with things, you can wear things that maybe other people don't. You know, you can wear something oversized, you can wear something a little bit tighter, you can wear the clothes that you want to wear without being uncomfortable in them. It's a really cool feeling. Again, I haven't always looked like this, believe it or not. Crazy, right? But since I have looked like this, I've cared so much more about the way that I dress, the way I appear to the world. And I've been way more explorative with that and expressing myself through how I dress. Now, I don't know why, but I do think the more in shape you get, the more adventurous you can be with fashion and how you dress and how you express yourself to the world, because you're confident. So whether it's a confidence thing or whether it's a looks thing, I don't know, but it is a thing. Number 7, downtime is more enjoyable. You've earned some downtime. I think downtime is way more fun when you've earned it. And when you haven't earned it, you feel kind of guilty for taking it, at least in my experience. If you've smashed out a work week and you've smashed your training and you've smashed your nutrition and it gets to a Friday night and you want to have a beer and watch a movie or have a beer and talk to your friends or play some games, whatever that downtime looks like for you, it feels so much better when you've earned it. When you've smashed the week, when you smash the day, you're on track to your goals. Whereas if you've spent the week fucking around, not really trying at anything, not exercising, eating like shit, that downtime doesn't feel as good. It can't. It just won't. There's absolutely no way it feels anywhere near as good as when you've earned it. I think it's because we're reward-based creatures. Like, it's nice to work really hard at something and then reward yourself for it. Whereas if you don't really do anything and then you reward yourself for it, what's the point? Like, what is the point? Downtime's way more fun when you earn it. Number 8, you feel better on a day-to-day basis. You have high energy. Approaching the world with high energy, with your energy levels not dropping that much, pretty consistent, feeling good about yourself, incredible. Again, it changes the way you experience the world. You're not as lethargic all the time. You walk around with your head high, with your chest out. You've got energy. You feel good. You feel good. You don't feel sluggish on a day-to-day basis. The food that you eat serves you. It gives you energy. The exercise and the movement that you do feeds. It gives you energy. It doesn't just take away energy. It gives you energy. And it makes you feel good about yourself. Releases, endorphins, dopamine. Makes you feel good. Makes you walk around with your head held high. You experience the world in a different way because you approach it with more energy and you feel better about the world, feel better about yourself. Things are more positive. There's so many issues that are fixed from a training session because you finish it and you go, oh, actually, that didn't matter at all. So that's an important one, especially the energy aspect, because I think a lot of people struggle with low energy. And it's because they don't do enough, paradoxically. They're not expending any energy. So it's just kind of sits. I know if I wake up and I'm tired and I go for a run, I have more energy. Crazy, right? You've just gone and used energy. Now you've got more of it. Mental. Number 9. You can be more reliable and you can be of service. I believe a large part of our purpose in life is to be of service to people around us, to people that matter, to strangers, to the human race in general, and animals, I suppose. If you can be a reliable person of service, your life will feel great. If you're the one that people call when they need a hand, if you're the one that people rely on, and if you provide service and give service on a consistent basis, you will feel it in your being, that you feel better, that you are more proud. Because a large part of life is being able to help, I think. I think when you're not being of service, when you're take, and no give, you don't give to anyone, you're not giving to anything, you feel it in your soul more than anything else. You'll feel worse, to put it simply. Same if you give. If all you do is give and never, give to yourself, you're not going to feel great. And if you take, you're not going to feel great either. There's a yin and a yang there. Yin and yang. As there is with everything. An equal amount of give and take, of service, and people being of service to you. A constant flow, a simpatico, symbiosis that I think you need to engage in. And when you are in shape, you can be of service to more people. When you're in a body that you're proud of, you're more reliable, you will be able to give more of yourself because you'll have more energy, you'll have more physical capacity, you'll have more mental capacity, likely. Underrated. Number 10, our last one. Once you get in shape, it's much easier to maintain it and do it again. If you've lost a load of fat, then you go on holiday and you gain a little, you know how to lose it. It doesn't stress you out. You know the path. You've walked the path before. You know the way. You know the way. You only really need to get in shape once, I believe. If you get in pretty good shape once, the fluctuations are much lower and they're much more counterable. Again, if you go on holiday, you gain a little bit of weight. You know that within 2 weeks of coming back, you'll be back down to normal. You know the path. You know what you need to do. You know how you need to show up for yourself. So once you get in shape once, you've done 90% of the hard work. And then the 10% is the rest of your life. Maintaining that. There's so much less that is required of you to maintain a physique than there is to build it and get it in the first place. So once you're there, that's the hard work done. Any fluctuations either side of that, easily fixable, easily counterable, and you just keep building or maintaining, which is much easier than building a physique from the ground up. There's our 10. I've got a bonus one, which is that you just look sick. Like, I had to add that. Even the list is 10 reasons why being in shape is awesome beyond how you look. But the 11th one is that you do look sick, which is awesome. And it feeds into everything. It feeds into you feeling great about yourself, feeling great about your life. Life is just better because you're more confident, you're more comfortable. Again, this whole list. Being in shape is awesome. I can't stress that enough. And it doesn't require as much as you think it does. Absolutely not. It requires you to show up on a consistent basis. That's the hardest part of all of it, is doing the things on a consistent basis for a long time. It doesn't matter if it's slow. But if you can show up for yourself on a consistent basis and engage in health-seeking behaviors, you will get to where you want to be. Your life will be better. I can't stress that enough. Your life will be better. Why would you not do something that will make your life objectively better and easier? You've done the hard bits. You've just got to do them all the time, consistently. And you will slip up and you will fuck up, but you just keep going. That's the beauty of it. You just keep going like nothing happened. You just crack on. You keep going. So as a bonus, I do think it's important to mention that when you are in shape, looking better and feeling like you look better is important because of all the reasons I've listed. So there we go. Those are 10 reasons why being in shape is awesome beyond how you look and including how you look. Like, imagine not being ashamed to take your top off. I'm not saying you should be ashamed if you're not in shape. Shame has no place in my life, regardless of how you look, I think. However, when you're proud to whip that top off, to walk around, like, it's a great feeling. Anyway, I'll stop rambling on. Thank you very much for listening to the Middle Ground Podcast. I have been your host, Jude Venn. Follow me on Instagram at Jude Venn Coaching. Like, subscribe, comment, rate on Spotify, share with a friend. You know the drill. Thank you very much for giving me your time. It always means the world to me that people sit and they listen to these, because that's time you're never going to get back. So it does mean a lot to me that you've chosen to spend the limited currency of time with me in this way. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you all in the next one.